I don't want this to sound like I'm being a brat bitching about the lift in my own garage because, well, I'll sound like a brat. The lift doesn't work, and it's partially my fault.
Walk my way.
I have a pretty cool idea how to do that. It's being taken up on we're going to try to relocate that and gain that shelf space back. And then we're going to set this bad boy up and try to get the garage a little more space efficient. So, all my tools are on this pegboard here. It worked for a little bit, but it's just too messy, it's unorganized. To remedy that, we got this. I got a good deal on this Husky 36-inch 12-drawer toolbox. So, thinking about putting that on this wall. Looks so good. So yeah, the shelf tucked away in the corner nicely there, holds all my shit.
Boom. We did it. This is my new garage with a lift. It's a 3-bay that was extended out, and it is just nearly 1,000 square feet. And I am so stoked because we are going to turn this into my absolute dream garage. We will get into the specifics of what makes this garage special as of right now and what we're going to do to make it go over the top. But first, the thing that I'm most excited about, and probably any car enthusiast is most excited about, is the lift. This came with a built-in lift. It's a Benpack XL 9000. I know that it's a truck lift and it can hold up to 9,000 pounds, which is perfect because I have had this Raptor for just about a year now and I have never rotated the tire. So I think this is a perfect chance to test my brand new lift. I am a novice, beginner, amateur, whatever, to lifts. So just got to be careful, take my time, and hopefully everything works out. So let's get this bad boy up on the lift. All right, well, she fits through the door, in between the posts. First hurdle overcome.
Can't tell if you want me to.
Yeah, this ain't working. I just can't get it. I'm sure it's because of my lack of experience, but just gotta do this the old-fashioned way.
Nice.
Walk my way.
Yesterday was a complete disaster, and I don't want this to sound like I'm being a brat and bitching about the lift in my own garage because, well, I'll sound like a brat. The lift doesn't work, and it's partially my fault. I have two vehicles that are on complete ends of the spectrum, complete opposites, and the lift doesn't work for either one of them. So obviously, the vet is too low. I did try off camera. The clearance isn't the issue. I can get the car up on blocks for the arms to fit underneath. It's the arms at their full contraction are too long for the jacking points on the vet. So basically, it won't work. And for the Raptor, because the Raptor rear suspension, everything back there like kicks up, and the arms that I have don't reach far enough at full extension to get to where I need to be safely. I'm not trying to drop a Raptor on my face, so I don't know. I'm gonna have my buddy come and give me a second look. If I'm a complete dumbass and it works, great. If I'm not a dumbass and it doesn't work, I have some decisions to make. But besides all that, the garage is gonna get a huge transformation, and I'm quite excited about it. But before we talk about that, we're actually gonna go ahead to a photo cruise, a very chill cruise. I don't know if you guys remember Jason, a longtime friend of this channel, throws on the best cruises. He gets together the best cars, the best people. He actually, if you guys remember his car, he had a twin turbo R8. He no longer has that twin turbo R8. I'm sure you've seen it. Everybody's seen it. It went quite viral, his crash. But if you haven't, here it is. It was a very unfortunate circumstance. If you can see in the video, clear as day. Just an NPC being an NPC and just took him out. So he has since recovered and replaced his car, which is quite different. So we're gonna go see it and take some pictures and hang out with some car friends and do some photography and just have some fun. The season is dwindling down, so these opportunities are gonna get very scarce. So we're gonna go have some fun, and then we'll get back to the garage, and I will reveal, it's been a while. And I will reveal my grand plans for my new 1,000 square foot dream garage. I'm fucking stoked.
directions in that doc I sent out last night if you get lost. There's like a forest preserve, it's got a boat launch and some different stuff. We can do some shoots and whatnot. And then from there, we're gonna go to Marine Hills, which is a state park that's really close to there. And again, it's got a really long entry drive. We can do some rollers and some, you know, some drone shots and things like that. And then from there, we'll head up to Lake Geneva. Okay.
Which one do you want? Okay.
Alright, where you want me?
In the water. It'll float.
My emergency is on.
Is it? What do you want, bitch? Better than wait. This car is double the power.
We're gonna put both of our things.
It's not that much heavier. We're double the power. I'm like a big like American over German type of guy.
Hell yeah.
Like I don't know. Like for me, I never understood 911s. For me, vets are cooler than 911. Like
I mean, they're certainly better value.
yeah,
I think they're equally
for
as
me,
powerful.
the sound is such an important part of the experience of the car. And for me, a flat six just doesn't give me that. Yeah. But I love my favorite thing about the C6 is the rear tail lights.
Yeah.
I think that those
You're
are
a
the
purist,
best tail,
yeah, because they're circular. Yeah. Yeah, vet guys get mad about the C7s and the C8s because they didn't stick with the circular.
They should have. C8 is cool. It's just
It's good value now.
they changed. It's just not what the car. They went away from the car's DNA.
Yeah, they're trying to be more supercar-y.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing with my intakes are right there.
Yeah.
Like at the bottom. Hey, stay away from my intake.
Oh shit, dude.
You guys are braver than me.
What?
It's just a GT3.
What? I mean, what's the big deal? The engine's in the back.
It's a good point. Well, that was a great time. It was good to see a few friends I haven't seen in a long time, meet some new people. I've been putting my head down and working for the better part of like a year and a half. So I've been out of the circle, out of the loop for quite some time. But now I have time to kind of chill, enjoy the car community again. It was also good to see Jason. You know, he went through some shit as car enthusiasts. That's probably one of the worst things that we could go through. You know, it hits us a little harder than a normal person. But it's good to see him happy driving again. You know, his Rolls Royce. That is a tongue twister. Rolls Royce Wraith was pretty bitchin'. It's completely different. Completely different from what he had, but I'm happy for him. He seems to be enjoying it, so good for him. It was good to see him happy and not dealing with bullshit. But anyway, back home we go. I'm gonna kind of explain and walk through my plans and ideas and budget for this brand new 1,000 square foot dream garage build. I'm super stoked, so let's go talk about it. Okay, so just pulling in here, we'll just touch on my biggest pet peeve of this garage. Obviously, it's a two-door garage, 3 parking spots. This one has a traditional garage opener. This one does not, obviously because of the lift. You can't really put one right there. It would get in the way of lifting a vehicle. So this bay door is actually a manual door, which I know, first world problems, it is very annoying to have to deal with. You have to put it up, take the car out, get out of the car, come back around, close it, then come back out here and close this bay door. So my first big change, I wouldn't even say big, is to do a wall-mounted garage opener. So that way it will mount right there next to the pole, lift the door, nothing is here, and it's very convenient. I can run it down right here and plug it in. Perfect, boom. We'll go into what kind of makes this garage kind of special. So obviously the lighting, I have no idea what it is, but it is gorgeous lighting in here. Very even, very bright. It's awesome. And they're all on their own switches. Like each row is on their own switches, which is so convenient. So this one is obviously that one there. And then you've got 2 here. You can individually shut them off, which is so convenient. Since we're here, this is pretty rad. So this button will allow us to build out this dream garage throughout the winter, which I'm stoked because it is a heated garage, which is rad. So this button turns it on, and way over yonder is the heater thermostat. So that is a really, really, really cool feature. I'm stoked because we can work throughout the winter or whatever. It's actually got 3 bay doors since we're over here. This goes straight out to the backyard, which is rad because Noxie can just run out, run back in, check on me, and come back out. It is awesome. I didn't think that I would like this as much as I have. It is awesome. Since we're here, this is pretty rad. So this is a very special feature of this garage. As I open this, we'll set down. Look at that, perfect. Put that on the jack there. So this is an enclosure that goes straight out, and you can see there is a fan. And this is the switch. It's a little loud, but this extracts, let me turn it off. So from my understanding, the old owner was a paint and body guy. So we installed this because he would do body work and paint over here. And obviously that makes quite a mess. And this is designed to keep all the dust and bullshit out off of your body and paint. This is so rad. So I've tested this out. We've had some like 110, 115 degree days. It gets hot in this garage. I turned that on for like 30 seconds with this bay door open, and it sucks out all the hot air. This thing is freaking awesome. Hopefully I will use this for its intended use. You know, maybe we'll get a project car where I'll need to do some painting, some body work, whatever. This is fucking awesome. It has 240 volt Obviously, they had to wire that in for the lift, but there's an outlet there, which he had a pretty serious air compressor mounted here. So maybe I'll get an air compressor here. I don't really use air tools anymore, but the mounts are there. Before I cut them off and make them flush, I'm gonna try to think about that. Because he also had like airlines running all over, because he did some pretty serious work over here. There's also one way over yonder, but there's an outlet there and there, so that's pretty rad. There's also, speaking of outlets, they're freaking everywhere. Which I don't know if you guys remembered my old garage. I mean, these outlets are freaking everywhere. Everywhere. If you guys remember my old garage, I had one outlet. I had like 6 different wires and extension cords all over the garage, just trying to power everything that I had. Another cool thing is the attic. You get in from there. This one is like a lift pulley system. So if you want to lift anything up heavy in the attic, there's like a pulley system. I have not delved into that adventure quite yet, but that is what I'm told. So that's pretty fucking rad. Here's what's cool too. So the Raptor will not fit the other way. But with this lip, I back in the back end of the truck, overhangs over the lip. As soon as this touches, that is just enough space to close the garage. Actually, there's even more space if I don't touch the curb. But this is rad. This is so cool. So it's all along there. He extended it out that way. And this is all for parking. This is all for work. I love this setup. When I found this, I had to have it. Power of manifesting, I got it. So speaking of the floors, let's get down to the stuff that we're probably gonna have to change. The floors have seen better days. It is peeling up, obviously. He did this a while ago, so this will all need to be redone. Probably not cheap for a 1,000 square foot garage, but we will figure it out. Up here, it's not so bad. Where the cars park, obviously it's seen better days. So if you guys remember, we did Swiss track style tiles in the old garage. I don't know that I was in love with them because I worked a lot in that garage on my knees and on my back, and it was not comfortable. I did a couple oil changes since I've been here. This is so much more comfortable, and whatever spills, you can just wipe it right off. So I think I'm leaning more towards re-epoxying this or whatever, but I like this look. I don't like the flake or whatever. So that is something that we're gonna have to do. So we'll go floor to ceiling. Ceiling, I'm probably gonna do black. It is going to be a project and a half, but I think it's gonna look super rad if we do a black ceiling. On the walls, I think I'm just gonna go white. The problem is, and this is probably where I'll start the garage build. There are hundreds and hundreds upon hundreds of holes in these walls. I'm like I don't know if he missed a bunch of times, I don't know, but they're everywhere. So there's a bunch of drywall anchors. Those all have to come out. I'm gonna have to plug them all and repaint. So that is probably where I'll start. All right, now to the fun part. So this wall, obviously there is so much potential. It's the problem with a back bay door. A lot of bugs come in. But along this wall here is a lot of potential. There's a lot of real estate. And if you guys remember, I gotta kill this fucking fly. Okay, back to this wall. So there's a lot of real estate here. This is a huge wall. So this is probably gonna be the main area where I put storage, a workbench. You guys remember my awesome Sonic toolbox. That's gonna get integrated. If you guys remember Warwick, one of my best friends, he's actually gonna come out because this is his specialty, is garage design. So he's going to hook me up with hopefully a CAD rendering. I can show you guys and share with you guys everything that we're gonna do. I don't quite know what's gonna go here. I don't know. I'm gonna kind of lean on him to kind of point me in the right direction, but he had those Bold cabinets. I can't remember the names of them, but he was quite keen on those. Iron Age, Bold Age, something like that. Those will go here. So since this box is here and obviously it's not going anywhere, this area will probably be, we'll put like aluminum pegboards. I have my Omni walls from the old garage here. I will probably need more because this wall is considerably bigger than my old garage. But maybe we'll do like a little storage area of Omni wall, aluminum shelving, aluminum pegboards, and do like a detailing station, maybe oils and lubricants. Obviously, I have them all over here. There's potential here. I'm not quite sure what to do, but we're kind of pinned because of this contraption here. So I think that's the best bet for that. Now, one thing that this garage has that I was so stoked about, but it's not working, is that. I'm sure you saw that earlier. But apparently these floors are heated. The whole thing, I don't know what it is. It's way beyond me, but the whole like system is up in the attic, which I still have to go, but apparently it's not working. So maybe I'll get a specialist out here to do that, which, you know, that's the bougiest shit I've ever heard, but I probably don't need it at all. But since it's right there and it's installed, might as well try to make it work. Other than that, you know, budget is quite healthy for this garage. I'm going to give Warwick a number, which is probably a big mistake. And he's going to try to squeeze that budget and wring it out as hard as possible to get this garage to as close as my dream garage as possible. The aesthetic that I'm going for is like, I'm trying to go for an industrial vibe. I don't know if I'll be able to pull that off because I still want this garage to be like functional. I want to be able to do work in here. I don't want it to just be a bougie, good looking garage. So I am fucking stoked. I hope you guys are. I'm going to do a whole series on this, maybe one big video, I'm not sure, but this is going to be quite a big project. And like I said, it's full steam ahead. We can work throughout the winter because of that guy. So I have zero excuses. I just got to get work in here, get some visuals, get a CAD rendering, and get some fucking stuff ordered and make this garage my ultimate dream garage.